Okay, video 2 of the day. If you watched the last video of me rambling on and on about Anunnaki, bloodlines, and all this kooky stuff, then you know that I was shutting off the timer for my baked onions. This is going into the phase 2 of my giant spiritual, physical, emotional, neurological cleanse. I'm getting my vessel prepared for whatever is coming at the end of July, beginning of August, and I am on fire for the Lord, and I am full of energy and clarity, and it is unbelievably awesome. People are stopping me saying, "You're so much calmer than usual. Even your speech has slowed down." And I was like, yeah, because I don't feel like I have to get everything in. If you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. I don't need to prove myself. I have no anxiety going on right now, so it just is what it is, and I'm loving it. So anyway, this is 4 weeks in of my cleanse, and I'll do a little recap. If you want to go back to those videos, go to it. But I fully believe that doing this in order is what is necessary, and I was jumping the gun too fast. I think I put that in another video. So the beginning of the cleanse was eliminating sugar and carbohydrates, increasing my fats before I did anything. I always work out. I increased my cardio before the cleanse, and I felt like I was getting that nudge to just alter my workouts and alter my food, and I didn't know why until it was pressing on me that you need to clean your vessel, parasite cleanse, praying and fasting, get rid of the intestinal sludge, get rid of the microplastics, get rid of the heavy metals, like just do it. And I didn't obey for a while, and I kept on the no sugar, and I was doing pickled pineapple and clove tea and all this other stuff, but I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just being obedient in that factor, but going into a full throttle cleanse is a big undertaking. But what you save in groceries, you spend on the supplements and all the ingredients that you need, so it kind of cancels. I'm actually saving a little bit of money grocery wise. But anyway, okay, to the point. The point is, I diminished the sugar, eliminated the sugar, diminished the carbohydrates, did the pickled pineapple, did the clove tea, always work out every single day, move the body, increased my cardio, kept up with the same amount of weight training, but just focused more on cardio. And then I went and got the parasite cleanse. I got it in tinctures. I don't know where you live. I don't know what you have access to, but I would say nothing against Amazon, but when it comes to supplements, I would stay away, because you don't know what's real and you don't know what's fake. If you're going to buy from Amazon, make sure it's coming from the original company and they just so happen to sell on the internet. If it's coming from a different place or a different name that what's on the label of the supplement, like if you use the Now supplement, make sure Now is actually the one that's supplying it. And so a little bit of investigative work there. I know you can get things cheaper on the internet, but what's the point of getting something cheaper if it doesn't even have the components needed for the task that you're trying to complete? So I got the intestinal parasite tinctures, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear about this, but it's not like a one and done. You can take parasite cleanse for a month, and it'll take care of the adult parasites, but and maybe even some of the larvae, some of the eggs, but it's not going to take care of everything, because parasites like to self-protect, so they will burrow in deeper, go a little bit dormant a little bit, and then they will gain steam once you're off the supplements. Okay, so take your supplements at the time that it's instructed, ease off, stay in a sugar-free diet. Make sure you stay with limited carbohydrates. Get your carbohydrates from fruit and vegetables, anti-inflammatory fruits and vegetables. Stay away from the processed carbohydrates, the bread, the crackers, all that good stuff that we all love. Try to stay away from that and keep your sugar low, gone. You wait a couple weeks, and then you hit phase 2. This is where I am. Now, I'm not taking a 2-week break because I'm going straight from the intestinal cleanse and the parasite cleanse right into the focus on anti-inflammatory. Now, the anti-inflammatory that I am doing is going to be the oregano oil tincture. Did my first dose today with the black seed oil, which I'm a fan of black seed oil anyway. I ebb and I cycle on and off of that. I don't do it every single day because I take MCT oil and I have other things, and I don't want to overload my system, and I don't want to live on supplements. But for now, this is my next couple weeks. That is what I'm doing, and this is to bring down the inflammation, any infections that are going on in the body. And while I'm doing this, I am still doing the bentonite clay with the psyllium husk. Now, I did go and get a different psyllium husk because I'm running a little bit low on the organic Himalayan one that I got. So I'm switching up the doses between brands, and I gotta say it's worth it to get the extra money to get the finely ground powder rather than the more coarse powder, because digestively it does make a difference. There was no gas, bloating, cramping when it came to this superfine organic psyllium husk powder from the health food store versus what I got at the drugstore, which is a lot coarser. And not immediately, that would be a lie. About an hour after I took the coarser one, the stomach pain already started and the bloating already started. So I was like, okay, there is a difference with that. So take that as you will. But this is what I am doing now. Three doses of the psyllium husk powder, 1 dose of the bentonite clay. You have to time it. And I am still taking my potassium. I'm still taking my magnesium. I'm still taking my vitamin B complex in the morning with the oil, with the first dose of the psyllium husk, and then I wait, go to the gym, come back, and that's my second dose of psyllium husk powder. You wait, then I do the bentonite clay solution, then I wait, and then I do my third dose of the psyllium husk powder. You get full. You are not even hungry. Well, I don't have that hunger hormone working anyway, but your body is wanting for nothing, but I know I need to feed my body. So I started baking onions. Laugh if you want. Onions are wonderful for muscle recovery. They are wonderful for your immune system. There are a ton of benefits to onions, and they're anti-inflammatory. Since I'm going on anti-inflammatory, this is how my meals go. 1 baked onion, 1 avocado, still doing the apple cider vinegar. I did cheat yesterday, and I ate a couple of my protein balls that I make, and I'm not mad about that because I use natural honey instead of all the processed stuff. That's the sugar base for it, but I didn't want any sugar, and I really didn't want peanut butter because peanut butter, depending on what kind you get, it can bring up a mold issue and things like that. So, but I was really craving the peanut butter and the protein balls. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead, get a little extra protein. But that's pretty much what I eat. Everything else is rest and digest. And my strength at the gym is great. My weight is staying right at the 133. It went from 140 to 129. Then it went back up to 133 when I had to break my fast after 50 hours. And it's staying there at 133 even during my womanly cycle, which usually is about 5 to 10 pounds of just inflammation and fluid, because everything freezes up with me. My digestion freezes. My digestion freezes during that time. So I was expecting it to jump back up to 140, and it didn't. It stayed hovering at the 133 mark. So this is how it's been for the month. Like I said, I'm not having any adverse effects whatsoever. just a lot of clarity, a lot of spiritual authority, a lot of putting the pieces together on things and trying to encourage people. And that's how it's going so far. This is the anti-inflammatory things that I eat that's a lifestyle. Adding the oregano oil tinctures and the black seed oil, I'm going to see what happens. I only took the first dose today. I'll probably take it again in a couple more hours, but I'm curious to see how it all feathers out. But I will say the first phase was remarkable. The first phase I'm really glad that I'm doing this, because this is going to help me to help other people. I know I've already put out detox diets, elimination diets out there. And for people that cannot or do not have the discipline to go full throttle into this and don't have the time to meticulously time everything, because a lot of this stuff is all about timing. It's the same thing with food and nutrition. You want to get rid of diabetes, it's not just the food you eat, it's the timing. It's the timing. It's the timing. If even in nature things can interact, or they can cancel each other out, the effectiveness can cancel itself out. This is something we know with pharmaceuticals. I learned that in pharmacy tech school. Sometimes certain foods or other medications will hinder or accelerate the effects of the drug. So it really is all about timing. You can't just forget and take it a half hour early, because guess what? Now the supplement that you just took couldn't get absorbed, and now you're just going to pee it out anyway. So it's just wasted money. You're not getting anything out of it. So you have to be very careful with that. But for the newbies on this that are dipping their toe in, go on Amazon and get the Foundations RX Training. Get that book, and 50 pages, follow that. And that's about a month process. I want to say, no, it's a 2-month process. What I'm going through now is minimum 3 months. I got 1 month down, phase 2, then I go back to phase 3, which is pretty much going to be a copy of phase 1, because you have to go back to make sure you get rid of all of the rest of the eggs and the larvae, anything that you missed, clean it right back up and see where you are. So this is month 2. I'm extremely pleased, and I guess that's it. So to be continued. If you have any questions on the onions, don't ask me, go look it up. Your mind will be blown when you see how food is so important. When it comes to, I'm not talking weight loss, I'm talking about health. When it comes to your immune system, when it comes to your inflammatory responses, when it comes to the synapses in your brain, when it comes down to nerve conduction, food is one of the biggest things that doctors do not talk about, because they don't know. They leave it to nutritionists and they leave it to personal trainers. They don't know they don't know. And they don't realize that instead of giving you hormone replacement therapy, they can ask you, hey, eat this, and you don't have to take these drugs. They don't know, and or they don't care, because they're going along with the system that they have subscribed to. A lot of you guys are waking up that the system that we've all subscribed to for ages and ages is a bunch of hooey. Not in everything, but in most things. We're seeing that everything is money-based and money-driven. When it comes to health, everybody should be able to get healthy for free. But, again, we live in an instant gratification world, and a lot of people don't want to put the work in, and they want to take the magic pill. You want to take the magic pill, deal with the side effects, deal with the loss of spiritual connection. Okay, if that's what you choose, I'm not going to shame anybody for it. But for the people that are sick of the way things have been going, do things as naturally as you can. I'm making things very easy. I've done all the science research, the biblical research. I've done all this stuff. So I'm spoon feeding it to you. And I've done that before, and people didn't listen, thought it was kooky. That's why I put the book out and priced it high. Was because if you spend the money, you might actually do it. Again, not the way I'd really like to go about things, but I don't want to put in all this work and do all these experiments on myself to just sit on it and have people gloss over it like it's not a big deal. This changes you. It changes you. So anyway, enough of that. I am going to do my Bible reading. Then I got to change and get ready for work, and to be continued, okay? Have a good one.